So the third point was there was no place reserved for noble gases, but later on they were discovered and they could be placed in the zero group without disturbing the whole periodic table. Noble gases do not take part in chemical reaction, hence they were discovered very late. Now next one, you can see the demerits of Mendel's periodic table. So here they have asked a question, use your brain power, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. These are isotopes of chlorine. They have different neutron number and hence different atomic mass number. And where to place them in the periodic table? Because same chemical properties but different atomic masses. Periodic table is based on atomic masses, increasing order of atomic masses and chemical properties. According to atomic mass, they should have different places, but according to the chemical properties, they should have the same place. So here we come to the demerits of Mendel's periodic table. Cobalt and nickel had the same atomic mass, so they should be placed in one group. But cobalt and nickel have different chemical properties, so there was an ambiguity regarding the position of cobalt and nickel. Confusion was there. Then isotopes, I talked about isotopes in chlorine 35 and 37. So where to place the isotopes? They were discovered long after the Mendel's periodic table was put forth, but there was a problem. Where to place the isotope? As they have different atomic masses, they should be given different place, but same chemical property, same place. So there was a problem. Then if we could not predict how many elements will be present between two heavy elements, because the atomic mass was not increasing uniformly. For example, two heavy elements is there, atomic number 80 and atomic number 90. How many elements will be between atomic mass heavy elements? We don't know. So if heavy elements are there, how many elements will be in between them? We don't know. Elements were discovered at that time, new elements. One more thing was the position of hydrogen. Where to place hydrogen? Now hydrogen showed properties of the first group, that is like metals, it behaved like metals chemically. It gave one electron, which is a characteristic property of metals to give electron. And the hydrogen also showed the property similar to the 7th A group, that is taking one electron, that is halogens. So where to place hydrogen was a problem. Then we came to modern periodic table. So modern periodic table was based on atomic number. People were not knowing about the atomic number earlier, but because of the scientific advancement, there was discovery of electrons, neutrons, protons, and the atomic structure was studied in great detail. By X-ray tube method, by X-ray tube experiments, English scientist Henry Moseley demonstrated that atomic number was the more fundamental property of an element, and based on that he made a periodic table and gave the periodic law. So properties of the element are a periodic function of their atomic number. Write this down. It is important sentence. It is the modern periodic law. Properties of the elements are a periodic function of their atomic numbers. Again, only one word is changed here. Periodic I told you, which repeats again. The properties are repeating and based on the atomic number they are repeating. So you arrange the elements in increasing order of their atomic numbers and then you see periodicity. So classification of elements resulting in arrangement of elements in increasing order of their atomic numbers was done, and we could predict accurately, more accurately, the properties of the elements, and that was a very big achievement. But again, the ambiguity on position of hydrogen could not be solved. So in modern periodic table, the first group does not start with hydrogen. Remember this, very important. So people found out the atomic structure, what is inside the atom, how the atom works and means what happens inside the atom. And then modern periodic table was based on the electronic configuration of the elements. So there are 7 periods and 18 groups in a modern periodic table. Write these down, important. 7 periods which are horizontal rows and 18 columns that are called as groups in modern periodic table. So 118 elements which were known were placed in these rows and columns, and we get the modern periodic table. So the periodic table is divided into different blocks based on the properties: S block, P block, D block, F block. So S block consists of group 1 and 2. P block consists of group 13 to 18. Group 3 to 12 is D block. And below the periodic table there is inner transition elements, that is the F block. Okay. Now let us continue. So D block elements are called transition elements, and a zigzag line is present in P block, that is called as the metalloids. So metalloid elements lie in the border of the zigzag line. All metals lie on the left side of the zigzag line, while non-metals are on the right side of the zigzag line. Now, modern periodic table and electronic configuration. So first 20 elements you have to learn the electronic configuration. So within a period, neighboring elements differ slightly in properties, while distant elements, they have altogether different properties. So there is gradation in properties. So these characters of groups of periods of table are because of the electronic configuration of elements. It is the electronic configuration of elements which decides in which group or period the element will be placed. So you will find that the number of valence electrons in an element from group 1, that is alkali metal, is same. If you see group 1, they all have valency 1, group 2 have valency 2. Based on the electronic configuration, how the electrons are present, how many they are present, based on that it is decided.